Maybe the rabbit is Nick Carter, but he's gotta be from a boy band. I could blackmail the Masked Singer, and then he'd have to tell me the truth.
I'm Chris Wineland, and this is the Monologue Show. The Patriots won the Super Bowl, making this Tom Brady's 6th Infinity Stone. That's right, at the snap of his fingers, half the population immediately stopped watching the NFL. In fact, that game was the lowest-rated Super Bowl in a decade. It was also Maroon 5's highest-rated concert ever. Saturday was National Pizza Day, where something doughy was eaten by someone doughy. That's right, me. Boy, do I love that pizza. On Saturday, people proudly celebrated National Pizza Day, also known as Saturday. Due to popular demand, Papa John's is launching a new vegan pizza. You might know it better as cardboard. Don't eat it. A puppy that was born with upside-down paws is finally learning to walk after surgery, which is great because the owners were getting real tired of holding their puppy up to the ceiling. Oh, gotta take him up for a walk. Okay. No, don't poop. Because of gravity. Okay. A man broke a Guinness World Record when he extinguished 62 matches on his tongue in 1 minute. The man did break a record, but he also ticked off a lot of smokers. Could you stop? I'm trying to light the cigarette. Would you stop? Yep, it worked. He hasn't been able to taste anything for a couple weeks now, but good for him. A Manhattan Starbucks has hired an 80-year-old barista. You can't really tell the difference from the other baristas, except for the fact that she also offers Jell-O. Henrietta, don't give Jell-O. I don't even know where you got the Jell-O. Stop giving the Jell-O to the people. A few things happened in the world of politics this week. We'll talk about it in our new segment called Politics Schmolitics. The president gave his State of the Union speech last week, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez loved it. I'm just kidding. She hated it. What can you say? It's hard to please a socialist, all right? In her defense, Trump's joy is the one thing she's been able to steal from a rich person since she's taken office. So, well done to her, a little bit. Not really. Speaking of, AOC says that if we don't address climate change, then the world is going to end in 12 years. In response, millennials said, sounds like student loan forgiveness to me. Whoop, whoop. There's a millennial. The U.S. and Taliban agreed on some key points in a peace deal. Key points include letting girls go to school, releasing political prisoners, and making Osama bin Laden Day not a public holiday. Why did that have to be up for discussion? I don't know. Also, Elizabeth Warren announced on Saturday that she will be running for president in 2020. That's right, she'll be won in 2020, which is ironically the same percentage of her Native American heritage. And this has been Politics Schmolitics. Statistics show that driving 55 miles an hour instead of 65 increases your car mileage by 15%. It also increases road rage in the drivers behind you by 125%. Last week, Pope Francis introduced a social media app for prayer aimed at young people. It has a timeline of prayers from other users, and every time you get a new friend, white smoke comes out. Now this is interesting. The FDA is considering drugs to help kids quit vaping. If it wasn't for crack, I don't know what I would have done, said No Youth Ever. What are you doing, FDA? What is your plan here? Every week, people make stupid decisions, and I like to laugh at them. So it's time for What's Wrong With You People? A woman was arrested for drunk driving under the influence of vanilla extract. The cops knew something was up when they saw her drinking from the tiniest paper bag. When asked why she was drinking vanilla extract, the woman said, my church doesn't allow drinking, but they do allow ingredients. This is the same 80-year-old, by the way, that works at Starbucks. Connect the dots. What? I just got to say, what's wrong with you people? All right, you're not supposed to get drunk off vanilla extract. Otherwise, the companies would take advantage of this by selling it in liquor stores. Yeah, can I have a can of PBR and a 6-pack of extract, please? A Pennsylvania man says his emotional support alligator helps him deal with his depression. How does it do this? By eating everyone that makes his life hard. A student called in a fake bomb threat on his plane ride home to avoid seeing his parents. If found guilty, the student could face a fine of nearly $85,000. After learning about the fine, the student changed his mind about not wanting to see his parents. Sorry, Mom, Dad, could I please borrow $85,000? I love you. I just got to say here, what is wrong with you people? All right, if you don't want to see your parents, you don't make a bomb threat. You let them know that you're a conservative. That's what you do, and they won't talk. I miss them so much. I miss them. Footage of a toddler exiting a vehicle with her hands held high after her parents were arrested has gone viral. You know you're in for a rough life when your parents teach you how to surrender. Police released security footage of a Santa stealing a Mercedes car while dressed as St. Nick. Let me just say, what's wrong with you people? You don't dress as Santa to commit a felony in January. You do it in December when everyone wants Santa to do break-ins. A man is suing his parents for giving birth to him without his consent and wants to be paid for his life. The case is called Parents vs. Man in Basement. Let me just say, what is wrong with you people? A judge shouldn't even allow this court case to happen. He should just bring them in a room and hand the parents a belt and say, do what you should have done when he was a kid. He didn't give consent for being born? Hey, your parents didn't give you consent for throwing up on all over their clothes when they were young, but you don't see them asking you for money, mainly because you don't have any. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'm stressed. I need a drink. It's ridiculous. All right, this has been the whole segment. Whatever it's called. What's wrong with you people? 65% alcohol. Delta Airlines caused some passengers to complain by providing everyone with napkins to write their phone numbers down and give to their crushes. Delta apologized, saying, sorry, we'll leave controversy to United Airlines. The complaint was filed by the only two people who didn't get a phone number, the fat, sweaty man in the middle seat and the crying baby. A startup company is giving people the ability to schedule their own illness by purchasing a box of used tissues for $80. $80? Listen, if I wanted to get sick, I wouldn't have to spend $80. I could go babysit my neighbor's kids, and they would pay me $80. Okay, they would pay me $8, and I also try to avoid them as best I can. I shop at a completely different grocery store now. It's besides the point. Point is, if I want to get sick, I could make it happen. A British zoo is offering heartbroken lovers the chance to get back at their exes by naming cockroaches for them on Valentine's Day. Because just like exes, cockroaches are unwanted and always crawl back no matter what you spray them with. Netflix has canceled Fuller House after 5 seasons. Said Netflix fans, that show was still going on. A loose chicken was rescued from a highway tunnel after several close calls with death. Currently, they still don't know why the chicken crossed the road. More on that later. I went to a fake earbud. We're going to have to go into that later. A wild turkey crashed through the second-floor window of a home, setting off the alarm. Through repeated interrogations, the only thing they could get from the turkey was a lot of foul language. All right. I'm sorry. I know that I just gave you a bunch of bird jokes, but in my defense, you gobbled it up! A dog was caught on video honking the horn at its owner for taking too long in a liquor store. What made it worse is that the dog didn't know where the noise was coming from, so it started to bark at the honking. And finally, a man successfully gave CPR to a woman and said he learned everything from an episode of The Office, which explains why he also wore the woman's face afterwards. Oh, don't hate me for that joke. It was right there. And this has been the Monologue Show. Be sure to share, like, love, and hate. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good night. I do smell like beef.